Besides, I got something better.
You want to start us off with a quote today?
Yeah, I'd be happy to. So, this quote comes from Malcolm X.
And Kendrick Lamar.
At separate times. If you don't stand for something, you will fall for anything.
You want to do some analytical interpretation for us?
Let's make our English teachers proud.
Yeah.
I think it's very easy, if you don't take a strong stance on certain issues, it's very easy to just take everyone's word for gold, put it that way.
Yeah. A lot of people tend to be followers rather than leaders.
Yeah.
You know?
Have a strong opinion.
It's easier to be a follower than a leader, for sure. You don't have to think for yourself in a way.
Yeah,
but I mean, that can be good. That can be bad. That can lead to prosperous nations, or that can also, wow, dude, just interrupting our podcast with Pokemon Go. That's cool.
I don't know,
We'll get to that later. As I was saying, I don't remember what I was saying. Anyways, we can move on from that.
Absolutely.
But I guess that does lead it well into our first topic today. A bit of a somber topic, but the past week and a half, 2 weeks almost, since the shooting of Alton Brown. Is that his name? That was his name, right?
I'm not sure.
I'm gonna.
We should look that up. Our fact checking is pretty weak.
Sterling. Excuse me. Alton
Sterling.
Sterling. I don't know why I messed that. I was thinking about something else.
Okay.
Anyways,
so,
it's been about 2 weeks since he was tragically shot, and then the following day there was another man in Minnesota, and I believe one more, but I forget where that was. But yeah, it's been the past few years have been pretty heightened in terms of conflict between black men and police. And again, this is just another showing of what's happened a lot over the past however many years.
Yeah, I think part of it is the just with technology, everyone's got a phone, everyone's got a high definition camcorder on them.
Yeah, even better than that in some ways.
Yeah,
but yeah, it's interesting that I feel like this is only really happening. I mean, we've probably said this before, is that this is happening because there's phones. You know, if there wasn't instant Snapchat or Instagram or whatever, all these other apps are basically just a phone with a camera.
We wouldn't know about it.
Right. I mean, or it'd be a lot slower progress of information. But now that we have these phones that can instantly send messages and stuff so quickly, and it's almost everybody's first reaction is to whip out their phone when something's happening. You know, even if it's bad, even if it's good.
I mean, I know I'm the same way. You see something funny, even when you're driving.
Instantly, you're like, Snapchat. Snapchat's got to see this.
Yeah.
Everybody's got a voice now. But
and it definitely has positives and negatives.
Yeah.
There's no question.
I think it's, for the most part, it's pretty positive.
I'd agree, but
I mean, especially in this case, we probably would never heard of this if that woman or man didn't pull out their cell phone and start videotaping. So
this it definitely calls policing into question to an extent. You know, this is not to say. I mean, I was in a barbershop the other day, and this barbershop is owned by a Jamaican man, and everyone that works in there is Jamaican. And he was just talking about, he's like, you know, in every walk of life there are good people and there are bad people. He's like, there's good bad people, there's good black people and there's bad black people. There's good cops, there's bad cops. You know, there's good white people, there's bad bad white people. You know, instead of trying to blame things on an entire group of people, focus on eliminating.
Yeah, it's really easy to, especially like now, today's day and age, is to, if one person does something wrong, it's easy to blame the entire group for that one person's actions or whatever, or what they say. Yeah, I mean, we've probably beat this to death, but like Donald Trump, he says, all Mexicans are bad. He might not have said that explicitly, but sort of goes along with that mentality. And he may know or may have heard of 3 or 4 Mexicans who came across the border illegally from like some news source or something, and he decided to say, "Oh, well, they're all bad now."
Yeah, he took it to the next level. Yeah.
And I mean, that's just human nature, in a way. It's not. I'm not trying to knock Donald Trump for that. I think most people do that, but I mean, that's a harder form of our society that we probably have to change drastically.
Yeah, it's for me. That's kind of what why the Dallas shooting happened, is because you got Black Americans in Dallas that see, watch video of police shooting and a black guy who's surrendering. He's not resisting in any way. So they see that, obviously extremely angry, and they think the best way to make amends or to spread their message is to ambush some cops.
Which is funny. I think I read a short article the other day about the guy who apparently did the shooting in Dallas.
Yeah.
He was like on some sort of watch list from Black Lives Matter or something. They wouldn't let him join the movement or something because he was too radical or something.
Yeah.
So I mean, just again, it's one bad person, and he decided to take drastic measures for some reason. It's crazy in a way.
I think a lot of the whole Black Lives Matter movement is getting a lot of flack.
Mm-hmm.
To me, there's nothing wrong with that movement. You've got they've got their message. I think it's America. We've got a right to free speech. Feel free, to spread your message. I don't have a problem with that.
Yeah.
But
same with
violence is never the answer.
Yeah. Same with even the Blue Lives Matter, or Cops Lives Matter movement or whatever.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
There's nothing wrong with. I mean, they're both right. They're not wrong. Obviously, one's not bad or trying to bring about negativity in any way. But in the same way, it is sort of like, I understand where they're coming from, but I feel like it's a bit divisive in a way. It should. I don't want to sound cliche, but everybody always tends to knock down the All Lives Matter movement. But I mean, like, isn't that right? It just sounds. It's like, I guess it's not really technically as big of a movement as either of those two.
Well,
but
I think the Black Lives Matter movement has an issue with All Lives Matter. Because I mean, I see their argument. They're like,
seems generalized.
We're saying Black Lives Matter because we're the ones getting gunned down by police.
Yeah.
You don't really see videos of white people.
Yeah.
Getting shot by police. So.
Yeah, I mean, but at the same time, that's what we have to aim at, is that all lives matter.
No, I agree.
It's like,
but I can also see
I guess
why
we have to break it up in a way.
I can see why the Black Lives Matter movement is offended by the All Lives Matter.
Yeah.
But can't really.
But again, certain people tend to take things too far, I guess.
To an extreme level.
Yeah. But oh well. But I don't know. There's not a. It's again talking about the election. This is going to be a tough transition, possibly for America. For whoever's elected.
Yeah, part of the issue, I think, is that this isn't, I'm not trying to make a joke, but the issue isn't, it's not black and white, or black or white. It's gray. It's very gray.
Yeah, I think it's a lot like people are tense because they have no idea like what's going to happen right now.
Yeah.
You know, and you see that it's starting right now. I mean, it has started, but with Obama leaving office, and you know, he's like the first black president, and everything's supposed to be great, and everything's actually worse than it was 8 years ago in terms of, you know, like social aspects and
yeah, everything's just kind of reaching a fever pitch.
yeah, but who knows what's going to happen. I think that's subconsciously why people are kind of lashing out in the way they do.
I think so. I agree.
Because they're just scared in a way.
That makes sense.
Because nobody knows what the hell's going to happen. Because it could go one of two very different ways.
And there's like yeah, I think they're like two opposite directions, but then there's so many different ways it could go from those directions too. So it's completely uncertain.
So it's literally just shooting in the dark and just being like, people are going to choose who they want to choose, but that doesn't mean anything because nobody really knows how they're going to react or what they're going to do when they're in office.
It's true.
But
I mean, how many times have people ran on one platform and then
almost every president, because you got to do what you got to do to get elected, and then you get elected and realize, oh fuck, we have like nobody told me we didn't really have any power. Like this one president doesn't really. I mean, who knows?
There's
he
only
might.
so much they can do.
Yeah.
I feel like we covered that pretty well.
Yeah.
Feel free to share with us your thoughts on Twitter, on Facebook.
Yeah. Send us an email somewhere.
Yeah, we want to hear what you guys have to say. You know, let's make this an open dialogue.
Yeah, for sure.
Because I think the more people that get involved, talk about it, the better.
Yeah. So tough transition there.
I think maybe we'll cover your productivity.
Oh yeah.
Thing. So
quick segment on this, but you sent me this like a couple weeks ago on somewhere on Reddit, but it's not, I guess it's like a program in a way, but to increase productivity or efficiency, I guess is a better word, but doing 5 things every morning or every evening, one after another for 5 minutes each is a good way to gain like momentum. I know I always have a problem like getting started.
Yeah.
You know, and I think that's most people's problem is trying to get started doing whatever they want to do, whether it's running a marathon, starting a new business, working out, whatever. It's always that first time that's like the hardest.
Yeah. To me, what this is about is breaking up something that seems like really large and difficult, like learning guitar.
Yeah.
For example, if you just, you don't have to sit down and be ready to play a song the first time you pick up a guitar, but if you just work on it for 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And then you do that every day for 5 minutes, that's going to add up quickly.
Yeah. Yeah, because you don't realize like at the end of the week that's like 25 minutes, half an hour that you've practiced guitar.
Yeah.
And then you realize, oh, I could do a half an hour every day now.
And then all of a sudden in a month you're able to.
You're strumming
actually
along
able
some
to
Beatles
accomplish
songs
something.
or something.
Yeah, exactly. Shout out to Will Mulaney.
Yeah. But yeah, it's good. I've been doing it a few days here and there, and
Do you mind sharing what you were working on?
What was I working on? I write just whatever.
Kind of stream of consciousness?
Yeah.
Okay.
Or whatever's on my mind that day.
Sure.
Drawing some sketches for possible logos or something. Read an article. I've done that. Meditate. I've almost done that every day. That's good. Stretching. Yeah. Especially good to do. I like either right before bed or right as you wake up. Especially right when you wake up, because it's like it puts you in like a really good mood that you've like already got all this shit done.
Right.
And like everything else in the day is pretty much. It seems a lot easier. It's not as daunting. So.
I like that. Yeah. And he spoke about meditation. A lot of people swear by meditation. I know.
Yeah.
If any of you have heard of Jocko Willink, Navy SEAL.
Does he meditate?
Complete badass. Yeah, he meditates.
Really?
Yeah.
He doesn't look like the type of guy that meditates. But I guess, I shouldn't judge like that.
Yeah, don't judge a book by its grizzled, muscular cover.
Yeah, deadlifting at 4 a.m. That dude's crazy.
Yeah, follow him on Twitter. He posts a picture every morning of his watch and what his workout was.
I never understand because he takes a picture of the floor and it's like wet, but it also looks like it's blood. So I'm never quite sure what he's doing.
Well, I think he intentionally did that because he uses a black and white filter.
Yeah.
So it's kind of ambiguous. It's probably sweat, but it could be blood too. You just don't know.
Yeah.
So
could have been working that hard that he started bleeding. But yeah, he's a pretty crazy guy. Have you gotten the book yet?
Yeah.
You got the book? Have you started reading it?
Got through the introduction.
Nice. Perfect.
Baby steps.
Yeah.
Been putting a lot of hours in.
Yeah. One step at a time, 5 minutes each day.
Speaking of putting hours in, I think that brings us to our to our next and largest segment
of the day.
So,
as many of you know, Pokemon Go has been taking the world by storm, literally.
But it was kind of funny. So everyone knows how popular Tinder is. I was reading that Pokemon Go has 5 times as many subscribers as Tinder.
Yeah.
Which is crazy.
If that means anything. Yeah.
It's huge.
I think in the first day, they made... Well, I don't know how they make money off the app, but there's no ads or anything. But somehow
you can buy coins
you can buy stuff. So I think in the first day they had made between 4.9 and 5.9 billion. I read that number somewhere.
Yeah. Yeah, Nintendo stock is like through the roof right now.
Yeah, and just to sort of put that into perspective is that at that point it had only been released in I think Canada, the US, and Japan. I think at that point. I think that's still the only places that it's been released. But since then, Nintendo has added about over $7.5 billion to its stock, which
the stockholders have to be pretty happy.
They've been pretty I don't know, stagnant, I guess, in the market. They haven't really they have the Wii, but like that was quite a few years ago, and they haven't really
released anything. It hasn't.
Yeah, they've been. I guess I would say they're in third place behind PlayStation, Xbox, and then the Wii.
I mean, if you have a console, it's pretty much either PlayStation or Xbox, because you can't play serious games on the Wii, really.
Yeah, it seems like it tends to cater to more of a younger generation.
It's interesting though that Nintendo seems to be the only ones who have really tried to bring exercise to video games. Like a lot of those Wii games are kind of intended to help you burn calories.
The Wii games, yeah.
Yeah. So, and now they're doing, now they have Pokemon Go, which encourages people to get out, walk around. You get rewarded for walking distances.
Yeah. So, I feel like that wasn't their main goal, but I think it's cool that it makes people get up and walk around.
Yeah, it's kind of a side effect.
Yeah. Or drive really slowly around, because you have to drive under like 20 miles an hour or something. But yeah, bringing a lot of people together. I like it. I like the idea. It goes to show you like you can suck for like 8 years, and then one thing
have a comeback. Yeah,
you just hit a fucking bomb into left field.
It's shout out to the home run derby.
Yeah.
Tune into the All-Star game tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, at least for our generation, I think I can speak for a good 90% of us. Like we all played Pokemon in some form or another. I remember when I had to have been freaking like 9 or 10, and we were visiting our cousins up in Massachusetts, and they were getting rid of their Game Boy and stuff, and they gave us like one of the original Game Boy. I think it was the Game Boy Color, the one that was kind of like the size of a brick.
Yeah.
But thin, and they gave us Pokemon Blue. That was the only game they gave us, and we played the crap out of that.
Yeah.
That was our. And then you get the Game Boy Advance.
Game Boy SP. I don't know. I think
I don't remember
sort of
the SP, but
I fell off after that. But
the last one I had was the advanced, the one that folded. It was kind of it was a square.
Yeah, that's the isn't that SP?
No, I thought that was the advanced.
Whatever, doesn't matter.
It's
But
not
there's a lot of like 30-year-olds plus out playing this game.
Yeah, it's
in a form of nostalgia.
Yeah, it's literally. I would say the age range is probably from 50 down to
25.
I'd say.
I think that's where like the majority of people are though.
Okay, so we'll say the majority.
That's
there.
when like the first Pokemon came out. Is probably early mid 90s, I guess.
Yeah, but there's definitely some kids.
I mean, there's obviously
because freaking 9-year-olds have 9-year-olds have iPhones now.
Yeah.
So.
But yeah, no, it's like it's interesting that like all these 30-year-olds are like haven't played the game in probably 20 years, and then they're like, oh, for some reason, I don't know.
It just really clicked.
You know, you never know like how this shit happens. Is it just you just hit a home run somehow? But there's been some interesting stories though. The first day somebody found used Pokemon Go and eventually stumbled across a dead body. Unfortunately,
I guess they were in hot pursuit. Did it say what Pokemon they were gonna catch?
No, I wish.
Yeah.
Maybe a Bulbasaur. But and then a lot of people have been their like private homes have been turned into gyms because I guess the platform is the same as a previous game that nobody played.
Right.
And then they just added Pokemon and everybody started playing. But people's old houses or churches, private residences.
A lot of churches. I was noticing that driving here, a lot of churches are Pokestops.
But yeah, and people have been sort of calling the police, I guess, because random kids are on their front lawn at 2 a.m. trying to catch Pokemon or something. What else is there?
Yeah, I was reading this post online that it was like a screenshot of text messages with someone's mom, and they were like, their mom was like, what are you doing outside at 2 a.m.? They're like, oh, I'm catching a Pokemon. And they're like, the mom was like, I almost wish you were doing drugs or something.
Jesus. I don't know about that. I think this is better than doing drugs. Or not as bad as doing drugs.
I would rather, if I had children, I would rather them playing
Spend
Pokemon
6 hours
Go.
running around
Yeah.
than snorting cocaine in the room or something, you know?
Yeah, if your kids do that, sorry. Condolences. The other interesting story was the robbery. So someone set up
a few robberies, I think.
And I was talking to Daniel about we'll talk about the robbery first real quick. So basically, if you place a lure, it lures in Pokemon that you can catch, but it also it pops up if you have the app open. It pops up when there's a lure going on, and you can there's one over in the middle of campus here, and you can what you can do is you'll see it on your screen, and you can go there and catch Pokemon. So I guess robbers have been setting up lures
and then popping out of bushes. Hey, gotta watch out, you know, it's part of the game.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was telling Daniel. I said, if you get robbed, you're just not strong enough yet. You need to train more. I think it's part of the game. So
yeah,
that's my take on that.
Yeah.
Hit the gym.
Literally,
okay.
Not the real gym, not the Pokemon gym.
Both.
But yeah, a lot of interesting people you meet out there. I don't know. That's all I really gotta say about Pokemon Go is you gotta get out there and experience it for yourself. I think if you haven't already.
Yeah, give it a try. You know, I mean, what's the worst that could happen?
Yeah, I mean, Michael, you started today.
I started today. Now I'm addicted.
And he hasn't been off his phone since. You know.
Okay. Yeah. Fair enough.
So get out there and catch them all. You know.
Yeah. Do we?
As they say. Oh, you want to do a fitness tip today?
Absolutely.
No? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Fire away.
My fitness tip today is about how core strength can assist you in all exercises. So if you're doing an exercise properly, your core should be tensed. So having a stronger core can improve your bench press, you'll probably notice the most improvement in your squat, front squat, back squat. If your core is strong, you will be able to instantly lift more weight. Doesn't matter. Obviously, your legs are important, but stronger core, more stability, vital for deadlift. And pretty much every sport, like you can run faster and jump higher with a stronger core.
The center of your body, it means everything. You know?
It's called your core for a reason, so don't neglect your core.
It's called your core for a reason.
That's right.
I like it.
You got anything else?
Tonto's coming this weekend, so he says. So that will be a very, very interesting podcast.
Yeah, I might actually be able to come down Friday.
Friday, okay. Yeah, he should be here.
Okay, well, yeah, we
We'll
might
have to figure that out.
We might have a strong, racially charged podcast for you.
Yeah.
Which should be very enjoyable. So remember to tune in, and maybe we should go live for that one.
We could do some Facebook Live.
That's what I'm thinking.
I like it.
Yeah.
We'll figure that out.
All right. So
we'll look into that.
Now more than ever, God bless America.
Yeah. And go catch them all.